Hello, this is Shirley, the Herb Lady. And it's when people need iron in the blood. A lot of times they don't absorb iron because you have to have vitamin C. You have to have certain things to absorb. And a lot of people just says, well, I'm taking the iron, but it doesn't do any. And the first thing I use is chlorophyll. I had a lady in here yesterday, and she was using chlorophyll for her friend. And it really helped her. I think she went up 3 points just by using chlorophyll, the bottle of chlorophyll. Well, Yellow Dock is promoted as a source of 40% of it is iron. So that's quite a bit of iron that's in there. It's good for anemia. It helps you to overcome anemia. It improves oxygen carrying capacity in the blood. The Herb IX, I sell a lot of that, especially to pregnant ladies or people that needs iron. IX stands for iron, and X stands for Dr. Christopher. It was his recipe. It has the ability to build the blood up and overcome anemia. Now, inorganic iron, like you just go buy iron, a lot of times that causes constipation, and the blood work might look good, but you have a lot of trouble with constipation. And the other one does not constipate you because it has no, herbs don't have the side effects of herbs that it will literally repair if you just take it long enough. Great remedy for constipation, especially in children. Yellow Dock is a real mild laxative. Like if you have a lot of trouble with constipation, it would take you a long time to get it going, but children, I guess it really helps them to have a good bowel movement, and I wish my parents knew that. Yellow Dock has been, it helps with diarrhea, and it reduces any kind of inflammation in the colon. Most common use for Yellow Dock is a blood purifier, and it has a dual action. And the dual action is builds the blood, it overcomes anemia, but it also cleans the blood and removes toxins. You won't find any modern drug being promoted as remedies to purify the blood. So far, only herbs can purify the blood. And believe me, with all these toxins that's in the air, that's in the food, I have no words for what's in the food. And I've been studying about the food ever since, I think the first book I picked up was when I was like 19 years old. Well, before that, I took 6 years of home ec too, and she was telling us about the poison in the food. In fact, she told us about this girl. She went to the prom, and anyway, she got hit. Her and her boyfriend got hit and died, and they let her wear her prom dress to the funeral, and then the mother returned it. And when she returned it, they said, they didn't know the daughter had died and all this stuff. And she got her money back. Well, she sold it to somebody else, and they put it on and wore it and died because there was so many chemicals that was on that dress from that girl. And she read that out in the newspaper when I think I was 11 years old. I have never forgot that, never. Because I thought, oh, how terrible about chemicals that can do something like that to you. Disease involve if you have any pulse, any decay, it's impure blood. Any eruptions on the skin is like eczema, psoriasis, chickenpox, leprosy. Your blood is dirty, and we think about when we see the house, we know to clean it up, but we don't see our blood. We don't think about cleaning it up, but when we clean it up, we will feel so great. All diseases respond favorably to blood purifiers. Any boils, any cysts, any abscess, as soon as you purify your blood, they go away and they don't come back. And most of the anti-cancer remedies has a reputation for blood purifiers. Most of the time when you clean your body up, you don't have trouble with cancer anymore. And what I have to do is you have to clean the blood and keep it clean. Or if they start eating sugar again or drinking caffeine again and they've had cancer, here it comes back again. And then they come back and they said, I got it back again. I said, what did you do? I knew they cheated. And they said, well, just a little bit. I said, never. The word is never touch sugar and caffeine because it feeds cancer. Yellow Dock appears to increase the flow and helps to detoxify the liver and aids the lymphatic system. And see, your lymphatic system is your garbage. Did you know that wild animals instinctively know what to eat and what to avoid, often when they know what herb to eat when they are sick? Do you realize that many pesticides were originally developed in Germany? Between the First and Second World War, they was formed as chemical warfare. That's what they wanted to do, and they sprayed on our boys the chemicals, and they came back with lung problems and everything. Well, they still did it during the Vietnam. That's what got me into herbs is my husband, his skin. I mean, we're still having trouble with it. It's in the tissues of his skin, and it just comes out. And because he was sprayed at 23, and now he's 77, and he's still got chemicals coming out in him. So when people says, oh, chemicals won't hurt you, I go, phooey. I mean, I've dealt with it with my husband, well, for 52 years, and you have to get the stuff out. I can't get it completely out because it's in his tissues, but I can get it where, as long as I keep him pretty clean, we can live with it. Today, people blindly spray chemicals in their homes. They eat it in their foods, and they spray it in their cleaning products. Cosmetics. We have a machine here, and it tells you how much cosmetics, even dyes, like you dye your hair. I have stuff in here that's just plain old herbs, and that's okay. But if you use the chemical one, I have an article where it shows that you get tumors from just putting chemicals on your hair. Building material, fabric. I had a lady come in and they spray the fabric with formaldehyde to make it shiny and kind of stiff. And after she started measuring material after a year, she said her lungs was burning. And when they tested it, it was some formaldehyde that was burning her lungs from the material. And so even your job can almost kill you. The word pharmacy all have roots in the Latin word pharmaceutica. This Greek word stands for poison. The word pharmakia is found in the New Testament, which translated in English is sorcery. The book of Revelation, when it says that the mother of harlots deceives all nations by the means of sorcery or pharmakia, if this passage was properly translated today, it would read that the mother of harlots has deceived all nations by her pharmacy. New Testament, in the biblical times, the one who mixed poison was the sorcery, and the herbalist was the healer. Then they just changed it around, saying, oh, herbs don't work. Well, I'm sorry. I think they're completely wrong. Detoxification, therefore, is absolutely essential to maintain good health. And if you can remember that, more you clean your body, healthier you're going to be. And if you don't clean your body, don't think you're going to be healthy just because I say I am healthy. I've seen people do that, and the next year or two here they come in and they go, help me, I've got cancer. And I went, avoid chemical as much as possible. They're in our food, they're in our air, and they're in our water. Regular detoxification is your protection. Yellow Dock is one of the best blood builders in nature. It has been known to regulate the bowels, restore regulated from remedies that have failed. One person had bowel movements once every 3 to 4 days, and he was told, he said, he tried laxatives, and he would get cramps and the runs. Yellow Dock, he started drinking 2 cups in the morning on an empty stomach, and then 1 cup 3 times a day. And he started having regular bowel movements after 2 or 3 days. And the Yellow Dock does a little bit at a time. It doesn't do, and you got to eat your fiber. You have to eat your vegetables and everything like that. But you can heal your colon if you work at it. When the toxin material is built up so much that it causes swelling and it causes tumors, a Yellow Dock is recommended. It has been used for leprosy and for gland swelling and bleeding in the lungs and in the bowels. Outstanding uses for yellow dock is it relieves sore, swelling, impetigo. The root is rich in tannins, which gives a basic for any kind of skin problem. Yellow dock chronic is for chronic bronchitis, and it helps with the spleen and the lymphatic. Yellow dock goes in the body, pushes the toxins out, and it's something that's really, don't let God make it in vain. If you're sitting there suffering or you're having a problem, use the herb that I teach about and just keep using it till you see results. Sometimes it's not one bottle. I mean, just with my eyes, I've been working on this for years. But when I went in and when they said what they said, I wanted to do the happy dance. Because when you're getting older, most time all you hear is something negative. You don't hear something positive. And that was positive because she just kept on repeating herself. Well, you're getting older, but your eyes, they're getting better. So not saying that I'm seeing better, it's seeing that the pressure is going down and taking anything that was going to hurt me away. And I'm very thankful. So what we need to do is first thank God and then thank God for the herbs because he knew what he was doing.